Good day, it's the 17th of May 2024. Not a bad day here at all. Dampish, but it's dry. A lot of dry weather too. Into number 2. Now I want to make it very clear, folks. My objective is to deprive all politicians of sneaking into power, of putting up a few things that will appeal to people and then saying that when they get in they'll do something else. That's what Luke Ming Flanagan told me. He told me he'd bring up the lack of compliance with European law for the windmills and the pylons, and when he got in I never heard from him again. That's never going to happen again. You will not make a fool of me once and do it again, ever. I'll not let you away with it. Now, the point about it is we have 2 boxes. We have like a wall. If you look at here, this is a kind of a wall. And these are 2 bins, right? Or 2 ballot boxes. And on one side is the globalist cultural Marxist left, of which all of the political parties that are currently have seats in the Dáil are members of. There is no people on my side in the current Dáil. Now, or the Senate, I don't know about the Senate so much. I'll not go as far as to say with the Senate because I know Michael McDowell's in there and that, but it's the Dáil makes the law. The other side is the right patriots, people who love their country and want to stop the destruction from mass migration, okay? Now, I made a video about Aontu and I asked the question, what is their policies? And I think now from the responses I got, one thing we can say, and I think this is probably genuine, is that Aontu's policy is anti-abortion. It's anti-abortion, and that's all right. I'm not in favour of the current abortion law either. It's very bad. But I know that in America, up to 25% of people voting you think of abortion as a reason, and they're for abortion in some cases. So it can be highly controversial. All right. I've no issue with them on abortion. Do whatever you want. Now, the next thing comes into migration. And if you look at the responses to my video on Aontu, you get people coming on there saying, we did this, we asked questions, we did this. I'm sure they did. We are asking this. Now, don't forget, the real Sinn Féin ran by Mary Lou McDonald, her policy is, don't blame the migrants, blame the government. Now, you can see that that is a lying, cheating thing to say. That is treachery, putting Sinn Féin in the left here with the traitors, right? With the traitors. If you want to debate it, I'm up for it any day. All I need is myself on one side, and you can have 8 or 9, I would go to 9 of Sinn Féin people to debate the other side. If you have any more than that, I won't get a word in at all. But it's like a Clint Eastwood film. 4 words from me will nullify everything the rest of them say, because they're lying cheaters. Now, the thing about it is that you have to decide where your ballot is going to go in. And I'm saying to you, forget about the parties, decide where you are on the most important issue facing Ireland today on the 7th of June, and that is the migration crisis. Because people are running up to me everywhere I go. I can't nearly go into a shop now. Some of the most surprising people who would be long-term Fine Gael and Fianna Fáil supporters. And I have worked so hard to let you understand I don't mind a party having various policies and all that. I'd much rather get on with my life and not be getting involved in politics at all. But these creeps can't be left alone. It's like a gate open in a field. The cows will eventually come out if you don't shut the gate. And these villains will do this if you don't watch them now and counter them. So, as far as I can see, Aontu is pro-migration. They are not into deporting migrants. And they are not into blocking it. They're not into blocking them at the airports. They're not into blocking them on the sea. They're not into blockading the ports. They're not into manning the border with hundreds of 5 or 1,000 Gardaí backed up by soldiers to identify these people coming in. They're not into any of that, whereas I have no problem with any of that. Now, what I want the pro into, because there is an election, and I have to be fair, I am not interested in all the talk. I want to know clearly and distinctly, is Aontu going to stop the migration and deport some of these people, or are they not? I am now telling you Aontu's policy. They're not going to do any of it, but as is my policy, if I can be changed, I'll do that. I believe what Aontu is going to do next is they're going to change policy after the election. I'd say it's too late now. And they're going to harden their policy. But then the question is, are they genuine? Are they genuine? You could have them as a coalition partner in a government, and this migration will continue. 3.5 million due to come. Okay, now folks, you that are supporting Aontu, clear language, probably in English, clear points made down. 1, 2, 3 or ABC. Clear what you're saying. No muffling, no waffling, nothing. You will not waffle with me. I will never let anyone in a debate away with sliding in by the back door. You nail your colours to the mast, or you don't get my approval. And so far, I have no reason to vote even a number 10 preference for Aontu. Let's hear back from you. We have time enough to change that. We have time, and I will change it. And if Father Tobin, who was once Fianna Fáil, according to someone, then he was Sinn Féin, if Father Tobin wants to get on to me or debate it, or even to ask the question, or if there's any agent of Aontu to get on to me and say, this is our policy. You need not try waffling with me. You'll have to give it plain and simple. And then you'll get this Alan Dorsch put you into the box. But in the end of the day, folks, you're either going to put your vote into this box of traitors, including Aontu, which means not voting for them at all, or you put your vote into the decent people on the right here, the right patriots, like me and the people I've said, the Irish Freedom Party, the National Party, John Waters, that Boylan man in Dublin, and Ireland First parties. And there's a Farmers Party as well. There's Independent Ireland. I haven't mentioned Kieran Malooly. There's a lot of negativity about him. I'd like him to get on to me too. Is he prepared to blockade the ports to stop this going on? Is he prepared to force those politicians who are supporting this to take them in their houses or put them out of their houses and put these people in? It's extreme, I know. What I give you is extreme. I have no fear of this. This is wrong. This is basically deep down wrong. The greatest attack ever was made. The British never did anything approaching this. Never. Now, folks, that's my point. We'll chat you again. Comment underneath. I hope to hear from Aontu, but I want it clearly and logical. Don't try waffling with me. Don't try bullying me. You will not bully me. I'll tell you that. If you do, there'll be blood on the street. Right, folks? Come back to me now on Aontu, and let's hear what you have to say. And when I talk about blood, I'm metaphorically speaking, of course. Now, folks, we'll see you back. Good luck and bye.